This is a live channels television event.
The Almighty so wish we're here today, being the 22nd day of the second month of the year 2022. A date that is palindrome and an ambigram in all wise, meaning it is.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the live coverage of the official launch of the National Movement, TNM. The convener of this particular event is former governor of Kano State, Engineer Rabiu Musa Konko. So, according to the program here, this is a movement that aspires for the realization of a great new Nigeria, one that is peaceful, united, egalitarian, prosperous, and governed under an atmosphere that promotes trust and abundance for all citizens. This particular movement, in collaboration with other like-minded groups and political parties, is to serve as a fulcrum, a platform, a vehicle for the liberation and rescue of Nigeria and Nigerians from what they describe as a deep-seated social discontent and alienation, economic stagnation and deprivation, persistent political crisis and instability, as well as from moral decay. So this is going to be a very long conversation. It's going to take 3 hours, and it's happening at the ICC in the nation's capital. And the conversations are going to be circling around governance and things that are supposed to help the country get better, to make Nigeria a land of justice, freedom, and equal opportunities, where they say all citizens shall aspire to achieve their lifetime goals and ambitions. They're saying that this event is supposed to help Nigerians utilize their rich, diverse cultures as unique and a rare foundation of strength, and rebuild a nation where no person is oppressed under God. And those are some of the conversations that are going to be happening here today. As we said earlier, the convener of this event is the former governor of Kano State, Engineer Rabiu Musa Konko.
Members of diplomatic corps here present, the guests that have come from different destinations in this country and beyond. We members of NTN are asking you to welcome. All of us are aware with what has happened in this country. We are here because we are concerned. Otherwise, if we continue to sleep, we will wake up one day and we will find this country no more. This is the time to rescue this country. That is why people of like minds have come together today to say, we shall not fold our hands and watch this country go down. All of us are aware of what has caused this issue, this problem in this country. It's purely administrative ineptitude. That was what has kept us here. And I know today marks the beginning of a new dawn. And with this, we know this country will survive. Everything is in God's hand. And when I look at the members of our diplomatic corps and His Excellency sitting there, I know we have the right tools to navigate, to rescue this country from sinking. Thank you, and God bless you all.
I'd like that we put our hands together one more time for the chairman of this occasion. Thank you so very much. May I, at this juncture, Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, bring to the podium a man who has served Nigeria diligently, honorously, in so very many capacities. A man, former civil servant for 17 years as a water engineer in Kano State, former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives in 1992, former member, National Constitutional Conference, 1995, former 2 times governor of Kano State, 1999 to 2003, and 2011 to 2015. Former Defense Minister, 2003 to 2006. Former Special Envoy to Darfur and Somalia. Former Representative of Northwest on the board of NDDC. A former presidential aspirant under APC 2015. Former Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria representing Kano Central's senatorial zone. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you this morning for his address as the national convener of the national movement, a distinguished senator, a very, very cerebral engineer, a former Minister of Defense, former Governor of Kano State, His Excellency, Engineer, Senator, Doctor, Governor, Kwankwaso Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. He has been active in conflict resolution in various sectors of Nigeria and building bridges for mutual coexistence of our diverse people. Please join me in welcoming His Excellency Engineer Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, Fellow Nigerian Society of Engineers, to the podium.
Your Excellencies, our great members of the national movement, distinguished invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, let me start on the existing protocol. I also want to start by welcoming you all to this unique and historic occasion that has brought together Nigerians from far and near, men and women of substance, the young, the not so young, and the senior citizens of this great nation in a shared vision and mission to reinvent our country. I wish to appreciate and thank you all for sparing your precious time to answer the clarion call to honor our invitation. Indeed, there is no better evidence of our collective desire and commitment to rescue our nation and save democracy than the fact that despite our pressing issues competing for our time and attention, we all left our comfort zones and traveled all the way to grace this occasion. No doubt, today is a special day in the history of Nigeria, a special day in the life of our great nation and a special day for all those of us who are desirous of working together collectively to redeem our nation. For too long, Nigerians have been waiting for this moment. For too long, Nigerians have been asking for a way out of our current severe economic and political predicament. For too long, friends of Nigeria, both at home and abroad, have been looking forward to the day Nigeria shall rise again. I am pleased to say the place is here, and the time is today and now. Today, 22-0-22-0-22, being both an ambigram and a palindrome, is consciously chosen as a historic day on which we, the people of Nigeria, cutting across all social, political, religious, and ethnic backgrounds and affiliations, are assembled here to launch this extraordinary national movement. It is a historic day and hour that mark our collective resolve to embark on a momentous journey to redefine our destiny as a nation and rescue our country from the precipice. This journey, however, began in the summer of the year 2021. As Nigeria, along with the rest of the world, was going through the most devastating phase of the coronavirus, a group of friends and associates met in Abuja under the auspices of Concourse's friends. They were worried, they were concerned, and they were anxious about the future and direction of the Nigerian polity. Loud voices and cries were being heard from all around the country. Activists and non-state actors were emerging to challenge the very foundation of the Nigerian nation, in most places causing violence and destruction. Old and enduring bridges of friendship between and across communities were being destroyed, while the long-standing traditional African values of mutual respect, accommodation, and collective survival among peoples and communities was being broken and undermined. It therefore became urgent and imperative for us to ask ourselves the question, was there anything we could do to stem the tide of this dangerous drift? We were fully aware that the mind of the average politician in Nigeria was focused mainly about the next elections and how to win in those elections, irrespective of the circumstances. A great number of those primary interests was about elections were contended with sitting down, accusing others of failure, passing the buck, and engaging in blame game. But for those of us who met and reviewed the state of the nation in the summer of last year, we had a different view. For us, we see ourselves not just as politicians, even though we are. Rather, we saw ourselves as leaders, we saw ourselves as patriots, we saw ourselves as nationalists, we saw ourselves as democrats, and we saw ourselves as major actors and factors in the evolution and future of Nigeria. We were therefore convinced that there must be a Nigeria first before politics, and democracy can be nurtured, and there must be Nigerian people alive and living largely harmoniously with each other before elections can take place. While most of us would want to contest and win elections, we resolved that we must do everything possible within our abilities to work together towards reversing the dangerous course Nigeria was heading towards. Thus, the national movement was born. As we can all see here today, the national movement is made up of all Nigerians at home and in diaspora. The national movement has members and roots in virtually every local government area and wards in this country. We have also put politics aside to invite every Nigerian, irrespective of their political dispositions. In our view, everybody matters, and given the current nature of the political environment in this country, we must look beyond the boundaries imposed on us by the political parties operating in the country today. The mission of the national movement is that, I quote, Nigeria should be a land of justice, freedom, and equal opportunities, where all students shall aspire to achieve their lifetime goals and ambitions, to live in peace, prosperity, and happiness. We shall utilize our rich and diverse cultures as unique and rare foundation of strength and build a nation where no person is oppressed under God. End of quote. We in the national movement see our human and cultural diversity not as a curse, but as an asset and blessing which we must put to good use. The core values that define the movement shall include trust, leadership, responsibility, equity, competence, trustworthiness, commitment, transparency, equality, patriotism, and justice. Furthermore, the movement shall uphold the sanctity and dignity of human life, uphold the fundamentals of freedom and human rights, restore the glory and prestige of Nigeria and Nigerians in the eyes of the world, and consolidate Nigeria's strategic alliances with our global friends and partners, redeem the image and credibility of Nigeria as a major actor and a major factor in the international system. In the preamble to the Constitution of the national movement, we stated that we are, I quote, conscious of our historic duties and responsibilities as passionate and patriotic citizens of Nigeria, aware of the urgent need for us to come together to form a formidable national movement to save Nigeria from further drift and threats of disintegration, determined to work together with like minds and fellow patriots to protect and defend the sovereignty and territorial integrity of our fatherland. Deeply committed to rescuing our country and our people from fear, despondency, hunger, misery, and deprivation, and desirous of rebuilding our nation on the basis of the principles of social justice, equity, equality, and fairness. Our vision and aspirations for a better Nigeria is anchored on our deep commitment to a united, secure, and peaceful nation. We shall ensure enduring peaceful coexistence among all social groups in the country, built on the solid foundation of justice, inclusiveness, fairness, mutual respect, and tolerance. We shall build a formidable, robust, and competitive knowledge-based economy and bring back Nigeria on the world map of advancing nations. We shall fight against rural and urban poverty and promote prosperity of all, and not prosperity for only few. We shall ensure that quality social services such as education and healthcare services are made available and accessible to all Nigerians, irrespective of the social and cultural backgrounds, and we shall promote and ensure the well-being and happiness of all Nigerians. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all the above lofty ideals cannot be achieved in an atmosphere of rancor, of the unprecedented collective dislocation and upheavals, of unimaginable banditry and kidnapping, of ever-present pillaging and rampage posed by Boko Haram and other terrorist groups, and indeed other equally dangerous tendencies represented by IPOP, the continued pollution of the environment in the Niger Delta, and indeed multiple separatist agitations all over the land. We know the origins of all these existential threats to our existence as a nation, much more to our collective development as one indivisible sovereign nation. All these are thrown up on us substantively due to lack of leadership capacity to handle them. We therefore are more than just determined to confront these threats to our corporate existence. We are ready with concrete and uncontrovertible measures to pull our nation out of the doldrums. We cannot claim that all these challenges can be solved by brute military force. However, as a former Minister of Defense, I believe in the capacity of our security forces to confront and solve the current insurgency bedeviling our country. We will equip and empower the military and all arms of our security agencies and provide them with effective and unquestioned capacity to reclaim our country from the stronghold of insurgents, kidnappers, terrorists, and all forms of criminal elements. The farmers and hardest conflict also continues to represent a serious threat to law and order and to the continued coexistence of hitherto brotherly people across the country. TNM will protect all farming communities across the country from the encroachment of herders. Similarly, we will preserve interests of herding communities by providing them with wherewithal to practice their age-old profession in the most modern ways without having to encroach on farmlands. We in the TNM are also acutely aware of the agitations of many sections of our beloved country for restructuring and realignment and resource control. We believe that the voice of the people is sacred. The voice of all our people together is the voice of God. Therefore, restructuring the corporate units of our great country is possible and doable. As avowed Democrats, we are ready and prepared to act in concert with the wishes and desires comprehensively of all our people. We will embark on massive, comprehensive, and unprecedented reform of our national life in order to improve the living conditions of all our people. The TNM believes that there is so much to be desired in the current regime of statutory allocation of resources of the Federation. Our reform proposals will be designed to address the current abuse and disaffection concerning statutory allocation to the satisfaction of all tiers of government. Indeed, most of the problems associated with revenue allocation is intimately related to the pervasive and endemic corruption in our national life. Corruption has eaten deep in our body politics, such that TNM will propose what will amount to a Marshall Plan to address the cankerworm. No aspect of national development will progress without finding a final solution to the issue of corruption, nepotism, and lack of national spread in the allocation of resources and representation at all levels of government. Education and human capital development is the backbone of modern development. We in the TNM will place the highest premium on open, accessible, equitable, and qualitative human capital development based on equal opportunities for all Nigerians, to provide Nigeria and Nigerians with the required trained manpower base to power our economy in the modern era. The principles of federal character will be observed and fully respected in all our policies and programs. No Nigerian child will be left behind in education and training on account of social, economic, ethnic, or parental background. For too long, nepotism and crass nepotistic insensitivities and elite selfishness have robbed Nigerians of the talents, capacities, and opportunities of its citizens. TNM will resolutely take all necessary measures to ensure that hard work and talent are fully recognized and rewarded. We will work with those who know, not just who we know. The provision of critical infrastructure is the main engine for generating employment and national economic development. Our road system, rail network, aviation, power generation and distribution, energy, oil and gas refining and distribution, port system, our long-standing investment in Ajaokuta steel mill, and our aluminum smelter company in Ikot Abasi are going to be squarely within the purview of our critical concern and urgent attention. We will develop them, complete them, and deploy them for the benefit of our economy. Our nation and for the service of our people, we will do so without unbridled galloping of homogeneous loans. We are indeed very concerned with the overdrawn foreign loans coupled with their lack of judicious utilization. We will resort to extremely prudent and judicious utilization of all resources at our disposal. We will put in concrete measures to resolve the existing loan burden. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our country is again facing another impending round of national elections. TNM is earnestly calling upon our electoral bodies to tread the path of honor and integrity to ensure free, fair, and credible elections. Our electorate equally shoulders the responsibility to fully discharge their civic responsibility and select leaders of character and real integrity. We also look up to our development partners to join hands with us to ensure a free and fair election. On our part, TNM pledges to enthrone a credible and true independence of the judiciary, as well as absolute independence of the legislature as separate but complementary arms of government in a true democracy. At this juncture, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the diplomatic corps, TNM wishes to call upon all countries of the world, especially our neighboring countries in the sub-region, to partner with Nigeria to defeat the raging terrorism and banditry in our subcontinent. No economic and social development is possible without the requisite atmosphere of peace and security. We hereby call upon all countries that love Nigeria and its people to join us in saving democracy and rescuing Nigeria from our current quagmire. I will also wish to call on all other critical social groups in the country, especially the labor movement, professional associations, the media, the clergy, and the ulama, the artisans and rural farmers, to step forward to be counted. Again, for too long, these great men and women who contribute greatly to producing the wealth of the nation are pushed to the fringe of the society, merely serving as facilitators and onlookers in nation building and governance process. The media, in particular, has paid its dues and has consistently been fighting on the side of the people, often at a very huge risk to their lives and profession. This is the time for the media to redouble its efforts to serve as a vanguard for the great tasks that lie ahead, that of building the nation. We call on Nigerians to stop the new culture of sitting at home, organizing and engage in lamentations and trading blame games. We should not despair. We must rise up and build the bridges of fraternity, love and solidarity among our people. We must restore hope and faith about the future of our country. We must reposition Nigeria again as a major actor in the Community of Nations. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, members of the national movement, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I wish to commend and thank each and every one of you for finding time to join us here today as we march forward to reclaim our nation and save our democracy. It is now my honor and privilege to formally launch the national movement to the glory of God and to the benefit of Nigerians and Africans, both at home and in diaspora. Save democracy, rescue the nation. Thank you all, and God bless you.
May we please all rise up for standing ovation for His Excellency, distinguished Senator Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, the National Convener of the National Movement. Distinguished and esteemed guests, before we take the next turn on the program, permit me, as announced, we may wish to sit down, please. Announce the presence of Honorable Dr. Chioma Nwaneri. Ma, you're welcome. Let's celebrate this Honorable Gentlewoman, Ma. Equally, we have the former Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Alaji Idi Farouk, also Engineer Shehu Ibrahim Gusau Bagoye from Zamfara State is here. Adeleke Tofik, Abiola and Audu Thani from Ogun State, the Yeye Bashirun of Offa Kingdom, and proprietors of Hamzak Montessori Academy, Abuja is here. Distinguished and esteemed guests, Your Excellencies, at about time we introduce the next on the program menu, which is of course entertainment. We're going to celebrate our culture, the celebration of our tradition, and of course our heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, invited the Benue Cultural Troupe as they make their own submission. Let's give them, please, a round of applause as we invite them off stage, please. Before they get set, Alhaji Masood Bashir, Rahmaniya, you are welcome, please. Also, Archbishop Isaac Idahosa, Ms. Bimbo Okoya, Dr. Edward David, Agatha Benson are all here. Dr. Gurusa Guna, we welcome you all. Benue Cultural Troupe, if you're ready, please, over to you. Thank you very much. Let's clap for them. Thank you very much. All the way from Benue State. Cultural throw, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you, please. Let's clap for them. That has been our culture. Culture is, of course, the total way of life of a people. It is that symbol that symbolizes our symbolical symbolism. At about time, ladies and gentlemen, I bring another act. He is a popular singer, especially in the political arena. But before then, permit me, as I announce the presence here in our mix, a former member of the House of Representatives from Ogun State, Honorable Remi Babawole. Mukhtar Mujahid is representing Hajia Najatu Mohammed here. Equally, Senator Endoma from Kaduna State is here. I was been asked to please ask you to join the high table, Senator Endoma, please. Equally, Alhaji Mohammed Bello Nasrawa, and Akan Gwandu, Alhaji Bashir Malami Wurnu, Sarkin Gobir Wurnu, and Alhaji Lawal Manager from Kaduna State, Mr. Zakaria Ediko is here. Ladies and gentlemen, bringing on the stage Alhaji Tijani Gandu, another musician. Let's clap for him, please. En group, they are coming in. Alhaji Tijjani Gandu in ka shirya da jama'ar ka do Allah sai ka iso wannan guri. Tijjani Gandu sai ka iso wannan guri do Allah. Right Honorable Christina Alaga from Benue State is equally here. Senator Abdu Ndoma, I have announced it, requesting your indulgence to queue up and be on the high table, please. Senator Farouk Bello Bunza, Honorable Bala Farouk Bida, Architect Bashir Mohamed Abacha, Architect Gemade, Alhaji Khalid Bolaji, Honorable Mahmoud was a former member, House of Representative from Niger State. You are here right on time and acknowledge and recognize. Tijjani Gandu, Ummata Larabawa, Tafaddal Mashkuran.
National movement.
Volume, DJ, volume.
We need to work together without tribalism. Security first. We rely on the struggling masses. You are the people that will remove the country from this situation. We need to work together without tribalism. Security first. What we want and good health to score our education. All those can work in our country with a good leadership like Kwankwaso and others. Because Kwankwaso is a good leader. He is a great leader who ran a bed Kano State without lending. He invented new universities, free health care, free education, with an idea of internal revenue, taking students abroad to further their education. Yoruba
To alhamdulillahi zalaka da zauki a matukarsa. Malam Tijjani Gandu muna godiya. Ladies and gentlemen, before moving to the next menu, permit me, as I recognize all those personalities that just arrived, and we say a very good day to you. While Jagora was making his own submission, he said this movement is courtesy some of his bosom friends. Name was not mentioned. I feel it duty-bound, or rather incumbent upon myself as an MC, to mention those personalities that really are the initiators, the founders, the genesis behind this movement. Ladies and gentlemen, on the list is Engineer Buba Galadima. Let's give him, please, order of applause, sir. Equally, Alaji Munir Wambay is part of it. Let's give him, please, another order of applause. Dr. Bashir Isiaku is there. Bashir Isiaku, Dr. Ajuji Ahmed, Dr. A.B. Baffa, and Dr. Tijani Iya Abubakar. Let's celebrate them once again. Give them a round of applause. At about time, we listen to some solidarity messages. Permit me, as I invite first from the South, architect Ezekiel Untug. Let's celebrate this honorable gentle personality as he step up to make his submission, sir.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I consider it a rare privilege to be here today. And above all, I want to thank most respectfully the convener of this movement, talking about Dr. His Excellency, distinguished senator, I mean, you have engineer, so many titles. Rabiu Kwankwaso, we thank you. Today could never have gone in the calendar of Nigeria without being marked in a special way. Talk about 220, 220, 22. It's a number that comes once in a lifetime, so to speak. And it is extremely important, extremely significant that on this day, there's a birthing of a movement that is committed to the restructuring, that is committed to the restoring and the restoration of the integrity and the dignity of this country. For so long, we have sat and whined, and the time has come when we can no longer sit and whine. The time has come when women and men of conscience have decided that enough is enough. They have moved their colleagues, they have moved their friends, they've moved the young ones, they've moved the Nigerian young people and the women to say, it is time for us to take our destiny in our hands. It makes a very great effort for a man to leave his comfort zone and move into an uncharted path based on conviction. That is why we have decided in every way possible to line behind and give the necessary impetus to tell Nigerians we can't afford the luxury of losing hope. I want to thank you, sir, for TNM, the national movement. As we can see from the colors, not just on the high table, but also across the halls, Nigerians from all walks of life, from all sections of the divides of this country, have decided that they have an alternative. Telling us we don't have an alternative is what we will never accept, because we do have an alternative. And I want to sound a notice to the people who think that they have Nigeria in their palms, that the voice of the people is always the highest voice in the land, just as the office of the citizen of the country is the highest office in the land. There's a lot of speeches to be made today, and I will not take more time, other than to say, Nigerians, there is hope. There is a birthing of the national movement. Let all join in and tell Nigerians we have an alternative. Thank you, sir, and thank you all Nigerians. God bless you all for coming.
Thank you, sir. Inviting also for solidarity message from the representation from the Northeast, an academic par excellence, a professor in his own right, Professor Rufai Al-Ghaili. Let's celebrate this honorable gentle personality, please. Thank you.
Please, before I make my comment, I want you to all rise up and give cheers to the convener of this great national movement. Can we say rise up? Can we say hip, 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 hooray? Those of you who did not take breakfast before coming here, please, you will take something after you leave here. Can you use your voice, your national movement voice? Hip, hip, hip. No, the convener cannot hear you. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Three gosas to him. Gosa, bosa, bosa. And two bosa for yourselves. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, sir, the convener of this great movement, former two-term governor of Kano State, Engineer Rabi Musa Konkoso, former senator, former minister of defense, our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are here on a special occasion. You have heard the message from the convener. And I think the point has been made very, very clear that for a long time, people have been hiding in their rooms, crying, agonizing, They don't know what to do about themselves, about the future of the country. Here, a man came out at a very difficult time to say something must be done. And along with his own friends and associates and colleagues whom he's worked together at various levels, we are gathered here today to say there is hope for this country, Your Excellency. We are proud of your leadership. We are proud of your courage, your determination, your vision. You have made it in Kano. You have made it in Nigeria. And you can again make it in Nigeria once again for the betterment of all Nigerians. We in the Northeastern state, we are very proud of you, sir. The Northeast is one of the most disadvantaged zones in this country. We are facing deep crisis. For the past almost 11 to 12 years, we are facing crises and wars. Most of our people have been displaced. There is poverty, there is dislocation, IDPs and the rest of them. Sir, we need some people to come out. We need leaders to come out to liberate us, to save us from this crisis. Virtually, every indices of development as established by United Nations Organization, the World Bank and IMF, the Northeast is behind, and we are still behind. We are therefore giving our full endorsement for this national movement under your leadership, and we believe we are going to make it. Your Excellency, don't look back. We are always behind you, and we are in front of you, and we are beside you. You can count on us. We in the Northeast, when we make up our mind, we are committed. We don't change our minds. We don't waver. We don't procrastinate, because we believe in the future of this country. We believe in democracy, and we believe there's nothing that should be done to undermine progress in this country. There's nothing should be done to undermine democracy in this country. As you have said, we are going to follow you as you lead us to the way forward. Thank you, Your Excellency, and God bless. You know the slogan, save democracy and rescue the nation. Sirs, I think we have to respond to the position of the national movement. Save democracy. We must say it together, sirs. Save democracy. Rescue the nation. God bless you all.
Thank you. That has been Professor Alkali. Thank you, sir. Next is inviting Honorable Mike Omobehim from the Southwest. Sir. Honorable Mike, let's celebrate him as he steps out to make his own submission, please.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and the pressmen here present, I come with a message of hope from Southwest. Let me begin by thanking the convener of this great movement at a time like this, at a time when the trust in leadership responsibility and competence is at its lowest ebb, at a time when the lives and properties of Nigerians are no longer safe. We thank you for bringing hope. At a time when fundamental freedoms and human rights, when the glory and prestige of Nigerians and of Nigeria and Nigerians in the eyes of the world is diminishing. We thank you, Your Excellency, for bringing hope. For us from the southwestern part of Nigeria, we say it is a time to align across the length and breadth of Nigeria to save democracy and to rescue Nigeria for the depression that we have found ourselves in the past 6 years. The time is now for us to decide what shall be said of us and how shall our pictures be presented to our children. Will it be that that is the grave of your father when he died in the cause for freedom? Or shall it be through that narrow path your father flee in the cause of freedom? The choice is ours. Today I call on the youths of Nigeria.
You have been presented with an opportunity to come together across this country and rescue democracy, rescue Nigeria, and rescue your future from the present depressions and uncertainty that we have found ourselves. I thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Very quickly, as we are still on the goodwill messages, and the program is official lunch and the public presentation of the national movement. May I so invite from the North Central Zone, Professor Oba Abdul Rahim. Professor, let's give him place over at the applause as he step up and make his own submission, sir.
The convener of the national movement, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to be alive and to witness today. Today is the birth of a baby. The baby is named the national movement. But this, unlike any other baby that you know in the political circles of Nigeria, the midwife for this new baby is a man. The man who is the midwife, bringing into life, breathing new energy into Nigerian politics, is no other than the distinguished Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso. We are all here, witnesses to the beginning of a new Nigeria, a new life. We are all aware that the nation is on the precipices. Nigeria is dying slowly. We need somebody. We need a group to resuscitate, to bring life and inject new energy into our nation. We cannot afford in our life leave the fate of our nation in the hands of charlatans, in the hands of people who have no objective, no vision, no mission. We are witnesses to the goings on today, as of today as I speak. We don't have a political party in Nigeria that is capable of taking over and rescuing this nation. Today is the date we are giving birth, naming and actually promulgating a new baby. The name is the National Movement. I wish to call on all the people of Nigeria, men, women, and youth, that this is the time to stand and be counted. This is not going to be a stillborn baby. This is going to be a baby to live. It's a baby to rescue Nigeria. We must all join hands to bring the goodies of the life of tomorrow to our new nation and to the generations coming behind us. I welcome all of us to this naming ceremony, and I wish that you will all contribute your own small bottles and milk to feed this baby and make it grow into a vibrant, young, energetic being. I thank you very much for listening.
As the professor was making his submission, this very important gathering is blessed. As I announce the presence here in our midst, a former Minister of Youth in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a barrister, making him a legal luminary, Barrister Solomon Dalong. Let's celebrate this honorable gentleman personality. So he is here. Equally, we have the National Vice Chairman, National Association of Aircraft Pilot and Engineers, Captain Dukas Boboyi, and Engineer Ahmed Thani from Lagos are all here. Distinguished and esteemed guests, at about time I call representation from the Saudis. In this time around, permit me as I invite Madam Chinyere of Okansi for her own submission. Let's celebrate her, please. The celebrator, she's stepping in.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Your Excellencies, Senator, Engineer, former Governor of Kano State, Rabiu Pankwaso. We thank you, sir. We thank you so much. Turn by turn, oh, turn by turn. Turn by turn, oh, turn by turn. Turn by turn, Pankwaso must lead. One by turn, Pankwaso must lead. Turn by turn, oh, turn by turn. Turn by turn, oh, turn by turn. Turn by turn, Pankwaso must lead. One by turn, Pankwaso must lead. Your Excellency, we thank you so much for making this day a reality. We thank you for gathering this crowd here today. This is just like a new child that is being born today. We thank you for bringing us here from all the geopolitical zones. We from the Southeast are saying thank you. We are going to stand by you. Come rain, come shine. We are going to stand by you. It is not easy for a man to stand up at this time and say he's going to rescue this country. We all know that this country is already sinking. He has come to salvage this country. I want you and I to join this moving train that is full of fresh ideas that will take this country to the next better level, not just next level. I want all the women to maintain the driver's seat of this great movement, which is called the national movement. The person we have here is a great man. He's going to do well. He has been doing it and he will do it again. The time is now for us to join this moving train and make sure we achieve that which we have been looking for. We want to say thank you and thank you once again.
Thank you, Ma. Equally inviting from the Northwest, Senator Suleiman Hongui. The celebrators, you're welcome, sir.
Your Excellency, the convener of this very important, memorable, crucial, critical movement of the TNM of our own time. Your Excellencies, other distinguished invited guests, permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Your Excellency, I do believe in a very important day like this. I would wish to stand here not as somebody who has been penciled to carry a representation of the minds, thinking, aspiration, representation of the people of the Northwest Zone alone. Your Excellency, sir, permit me to modestly stand on 2 feet, on 2 cradles, representing the voice of the TNM from across the Northwest Zone, and of course, politicians of my own humble ilk of the grassroots. Your Excellency, the TNM and your clarion call cannot have come at a better crucial time than now, than today, than ever it is intended to be. If I should speak the minds of the people of the Northwest Zone today, Your Excellency, I think you have given a very excellent summary in your opening remarks in what the TNM stands for, and indeed in what the national movement is intended to achieve as a body and a congregation. The Northwest Zone today by demarcation, by geographical location, by some providence of God, happens to be the most populated zone within the polity in Nigeria. And yet, unfortunately, bedeviled by the most bedeviling situation of our age and our own time today. By attraction, Your Excellency, I do believe in answering the clarion call of the TNM and some of the key objectives, key mission of the TNM, which has been enumerated. Your Excellency, I do believe the Northwest Zone today stand to be counted in their voices or in their numerical silence. But for some of us who are opportune to be here, we may say there is no zone that need emancipation today more than the Northwest Zone that has been bedeviled by the seeming insecurity that has pervaded our land, cities, villages, settlements, and inter-settlements. Your Excellency, from us, the politicians, the TNM platform today provide for us a rallying point, a strong rallying point, a moment of truth, a moment for the people to have hope. Hope for the most hopeless part of our people within the zone and indeed beyond the Northwest Zone of Nigeria. Your Excellency, I will venture a little without taking your permission. As politicians, we do know, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this congregation today will definitely, by God's grace, arise to become the main center event of our polity and political activity as we thrive towards the very important 2023 election to follow. Without preempting anything, Your Excellency, that is our anticipation. That is the expectation of Nigerians, Your Excellency. Indeed, without mincing words, a lot of us are here today in the very dependable expectation that this congregation is most likely, aptly, with very clear mission to develop into what will become a final rallying point for the Nigerian polity. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have always said that it is a lot of danger when you assign a teacher to speak without giving him limitation of time, but I can see they have placed a paper in front of me. And with these few comments, Your Excellency, we firmly, strongly, unshakingly stand by you, the TNM, and indeed the greatest number of the oppressed Nigerian people as we follow you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now very quickly acknowledge Chief Dr. Amos Gizo, a gubernatorial aspirant in Plateau State and former ACN Chair, Plateau State. Senator Said Sado has sent in an able representation. May I now invite for us to get to know the aims and objectives of the national movement, a youth influencer from the South, Cross River State to be precise, Reverend Victor Ekem. If you're ready, Reverend Victor Ekem, may I so invite you? Yes. Let's celebrate him, please. He said we should clap for him. He's coming, please.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, especially the convener. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, I really appreciate this opportunity. My work is simple, to tell us the vision, the mission, the aims and objective of the national movement, so that we know the purpose and the drive for this. But it's a privilege that I am here, although I'm a reverend minister and also one of the few people that are not politicians that are here. I just want to use this opportunity to say that this national movement gives an opportunity to every single person, whether you have a political party or not, to come and contribute to the development of Nigeria, and that's a very important asset. Thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity. God bless you. The vision of the national movement, The movement aspires for the realization of a great new Nigerian nation that is peaceful, united, egalitarian, prosperous, and governed under an atmosphere that promotes trust and abundance for all citizens. TNM is destined to, in collaboration with other like-minded groups and political parties, to serve as a fulcrum, a platform, and a vehicle for the liberation and rescue of Nigeria and Nigerians from the deep-seated social discontent and alienation, economic stagnation, deprivation, persistent political crisis, and instability, as well as from moral decay. The mission of TNM: Nigeria shall be a land of justice, freedom, and equal opportunities where all citizens shall aspire to achieve their lifetime goals and ambition, to live in peace, prosperity, and happiness. We shall utilize our rich and diverse cultures as unique and rare foundation of strength and rebuild a nation where no person is oppressed under God. We shall identify and collaborate with people of like minds across political divides and regions for an urgent political reengineering towards providing an enduring and purposeful leadership for the people of Nigeria. Please, that's a good place for you to clap. The aims and objective of TNM: 1, to bring back peace and peaceful coexistence among Nigerians. 2, to restore hope to the weak and the underprivileged. 3, to build new and rebuild old bridges of love, peace, and understanding, and strengthen the bridges of friendship and social solidarity across the country. 4, to promote the future, the culture and spirit of cohabitation, accommodation, and mutual respect among all citizens of Nigeria without prejudice to gender, tribe, ethnicity, color, place of origin, or religion. 5, to engage in the mobilization and enlightenment of the masses to take active and effective participation in the democratic process as sure routes to sustainable development. 6, to create a community of knowledgeable citizens that promote conversations about the socio-economic situation and setting up public narratives for their political and economic emancipation. 7, to promote good governance, accountability, transparency, equity, fairness, and justice. 8, to mobilize, educate, and encourage women and youth on the importance of their roles in politics and national development. To reawaken 9, to reawaken and enlighten the electorate about the power of their votes. And 10, as the last, to ultimately take power through a democratic process and provide qualitative and purposeful leadership. Please, can you clap and celebrate? Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That has been the aims and objective, so read by Mr. Victor Ekim. At time, we go to the next, which is remarks by elders and national leaders. First, calling upon an elder statement, a former special advisor to President Shehu Shagari, inviting Malam Tonko Yakasei. Let's celebrate him, please. Right.
Your Excellency, the convener of this important gathering, Dr. Engineer Muhammadu Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, and members of the organizing committee of this important gathering. I wish to start by thanking you, particularly the convener, by taking the trouble to come all the way to my house and invite me to attend this very important gathering. This is the second time in my life that I was invited to attend a meeting of national movement. The first one was 64 years ago, 64 years ago, when the first national movement, which later on transformed into National Party of Nigeria, was formed. And this is the second time. The former national movement, which became National Party of Nigeria, was the only political party, to the best of my knowledge, in Nigerian history that they did not belong to an individual. It was a party of collective Nigerian people, and it operated up to the end of its life as such. I pray that this second appearance of national movement will also repeat the reputation of the first national movement. Dr. Engineer Muhammad Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso served my state as governor, elected governor, for second terms, first and second terms. He served my state as member of the House of Representatives and Deputy Speaker of that House. He served as an elected representative of my community in the Constituent Assembly. He served also as an elected senator representing my community. And therefore he served me and my people on 3 different occasions, and on each occasion he served creditably. I know that the time we have is very limited, but I would like to say that I would like this gathering and the Nigerians at large to ensure that the coming general election will usher in an election that will be credible, and acceptable to every section of this country, so that the government that will emerge as a result of that election will be a government that will enjoy the confidence of the people of Nigeria from whatever part of the country. The second one is that the judiciary of Nigeria shall continue to live as the judiciary for all Nigerians. Our judiciary should endeavor to ensure that it is not dragged into partisan politics. I thank you very much for this time and the opportunity, and I wish you God bless you.
Thank you, sir. That has been an elder statement. Madam Tonko Yakasai. Calling upon next is Marlon Ari Gwaska, sir. Marlon Ari Gwaska is next. May I so invite you as an elder statesman and of course a national leader to so present and make your own submission.
Your Excellency, Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, my highly respected elder statesman, Alaji Tankoyakase, it is my pleasure to be here today. It has taken me quite a long time. I've not seen you. Distinguished senators, distinguished national members of the House of Representatives, distinguished members of the Houses of Assembly, distinguished chairmen of parties all over the country, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, to me, I think we have received the message. The message from His Excellency, the convener. That message is the crucial issue to each and every Nigerian today. Very crucial matter. It is not a question of any debate any longer. Here is somebody who has emerged to save the country from total collapse. Today, hundreds of Nigerians die of hunger. Today, hundreds of Nigerians die of ill health because they have no money even to pay for medical care. Today, evidence is clear. There is no equal opportunities for everybody. Opportunities are limited to the cheese and cheese of people who happen to find themselves in office. This is an open fact. If Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, God would give him the guideline to invite friends to carry out highly important activities as narrated in his speech to save Nigerians. Then, those of us gathered today, we constitute nucleus of the Nigerian people. Tell me, knowing very well that there is a problem of leadership in this country. Let us be frank. Can we hide the fact? The forthcoming election is there. It should be an opener to everybody.
with all the evidences before us, as we have seen in the activities of national movement, knowing very well that the party in power had been manipulating issues to the detriment and frustration of the common people. We were told times ago that the National Executive Committee of APC had been dissolved and a temporary one set up under the able leadership of Governor of Yobe and some APC governors. State Executive Committee of the party dissolved. Local government exco dissolved. Even one exco of the party dissolved. But up to this moment, have we seen evidence of dissolution? We were also informed by the president himself that everybody should go and register as a member of APC. Once you register, you are entitled to rights and privileges of any member of APC that had been there 20 years ago. 1 year ago, registration exercise took place. I personally was affected. I have the membership card of APC. And I contacted friends all over the country. Since after this registration, has there been any World Congress to select officials of the world for the party? The answer is after all this registration, has there been any Congress to select ESCO for the local government and state? The answer is no. And it's all over. Now, how could then anybody come to tell anyone in Nigeria that local government elections were held? Who elected those chairmen and councillors? Because there was no formal election. So what is happening? I'm sorry, my MC. I'm sorry. Let me learn. Now, and people are now deceiving themselves, saying that there is going to be a Congress for the election of national leadership of the party. Who are those delegates to go and elect the leadership of the party at the national level? Who elected them? Because the card-carrying members had never been invited, right from the grassroots, like we know of any political party. So how happened? What is happening? How do we Nigerians accept this kind of manipulation? It is similar manipulation that the world had even turned back against the integrity of this country. If we said we were fighting corruption, and there is clear evidence that corruptible people are there showing themselves as big men of the government, are there enjoying all facilities of government, are there making themselves ministers, making themselves senators, and making themselves perhaps potential national chairmen of APC. Are we not joking? Is that not the reason why culture of this country is at stake? That is why there is no trust in the leadership. The young ones do no longer trust the leaders. Because once the leaders say this, tomorrow it will be different. They promise that, the other day it will be quite different. So how is the trust going to be there? Can there be trust there? Now, with the submissions received by us all today, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am just a common farmer. Bosca is nobody. I just want to ask you, because I believe Nigerians are with me today. 2023 is the year of election. If you look around, all those who display themselves as potential presidents of Nigeria, I want you, ladies and gentlemen, to make up your mind now. Who do you think we as Nigerians should collectively support to take up the leadership of this country by all means, at all costs? So, ladies and gentlemen, except those gentlemen seated, I want you all to stand up to answer my question properly. I say, who should be the president 2023? Dr. Rabiu Musa. 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 This should be the objective of the national movement. And it should be our collective duty. It is not Dr. Rabiu's duty. We have to get together to fight. Tell everybody the truth. Come to the path of the truth. Come to the path of honesty. Come to the path of equity, so that you enjoy your life in Nigeria. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, inshallah, Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso shall be President of Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2023.
Thank you very much, Madam Ari Goska. Next, calling upon Chief Solomon Edoja, who is coming on for 3 minutes. May I request subsequent presenters should please make it 3 minutes, Your cooperation, corroboration, and collaboration is dearly needed, please. Chief, sir.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our last elder has said it all, but I will only add very little. Where are the youth? Are they here? You have been looking for leadership. You organize SARS and all of those things. Today you have found a leadership. This is where you should be. The next president of this country, by the grace of God, is who? Is who? Akwanso. So look no further. We have come to the end of discussion. But you cannot make omelette without breaking eggs. You need to put your effort in different quarters. We have learned from the mistakes of the PDP, who threatened that they are going to rule for 60 years and ended up with 16 years. We also have learned from the APC, who gave us false promises. And today, this movement is out to correct all the abnormalities that we have witnessed in the past. If you read the address of the convener, particularly item 7 on page 3, he said it all, that this is a movement that represents justice, equity. What else are we looking for? What we lack in this country is there is no justice, there is no equity. Today, the South-South zone is weeping. We have an entity that was created to manage the economic affairs of the zone, created with the right hand and is being managed with the left hand. That is the situation we find ourselves in the South-South. The South-South will be the first to take and join the leadership that will right the wrongs in the society today. And I want to assure you that we are willing, we are ready, and join the youth of this country to do things differently. I pray that God will grant us the energy to match our words with actions, so that everything the convener said today in the paper, he will live by them by the time he becomes president of this country. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. Next is Prince Mweze Ono. May I respectfully invite your humble self to step up for us to make your own submission, please. May I announce on the arrival of the representative of Architect Musa Wada. You're welcome, please.
Well, today is a day all of us have to be remembered. I remember early this morning by 1 a.m. dot, I was sending messages to all the comrades, 22 020222. I want everybody to believe and understand that in every man's life, there is a time issue like this has to take place. If you run away from it, you get sink into it. This particular paper I am holding today, I want everybody who have access to it to put it in his various archives. It represents a person who has become a phenomenon in Nigerian political changes. His Excellency, Engineer Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, is a phenomenon. If you start addressing his charisma in various angles, you arrive from nowhere and you will end from nowhere. But I want to say something very, very unique, which as an elder, I wish everybody to look into. The last speaker that said something mentioned item 6, 7, and 8, which is the driving force for TNM. August 2022, 2021, 2020, if we go look at all what have been happening in the life of this administration, if you take a look at this, you see a lot of contradictions that is going on over there. And I find it very, very instructive at this moment to say TNM is a movement that we need to look into critically. We don't need to say TNM. We need to go into the political arena, whichever name we are going to manifest with this. And I believe when time comes, we are going to prove to Nigerians that we have come to change and rescue this Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Calling upon our dear engineer, our dear father, Engineer Buba Galadi. 2 minutes, sir. Clap for Engineer Buba Galadima as he step up and make his submission, sir.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I will disappoint the uncle because I'm not going to spend even 1 minute. After my parents had spoken, Alhaji Tanko Yakasai is about 96. Alhaji Muhammadu Arigwaska is about 88. And the word of the elders in Africa, I don't want to complete the rest. You know. They had spoken. They had spoken my mind. And I can simply say, I concur. Do you concur also? Yes. Do you concur also? Yes. What they said is where all of us stand. And I want to say that I am one of the most happiest people today in this country. What we started doing as a discussion group and friends of the convener, and we invited for this meeting 200 people, the seats of 2,000 people have been occupied to the fullest. Am I correct? Am I correct? This is a movement. If our parents, like Alhaji Tanko Yakasai, Alhaji Muhammad Ali Gwaska at that age, will come and stay with us through, they ought to be resting not in the city room, but inside their bedrooms. And they had to be out of the trenches to come and advise us, to come and guide us, to come and give us the words of their prophecy. We, the young people that have still got fresh blood in us, what are we supposed to do? Our country is in shambles. Every facet of our national life is in ruins. This is why the slogan of the TNM, that is the national movement, is rescue democracy. Rescue Nigeria. Are we prepared and ready to rescue democracy and rescue Nigeria? Yes. I haven't heard you. I haven't heard you. Yes. Speak loudly. Yes. So that the oppressor will hear you. Yes. Thank you very much. And I only want to say I concur with the words of the elders. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The engineer said, we, the youth, with energy. So I was wondering what myself, MC Big Boy, and co would say. Clap for the engineer, please, Engineer Bubagaladima. Thank you very much. May I now call upon Dr. Mariam Yassin for 2 minutes to make your own submission, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My grandfathers here present, our elders, the convener of the program, you are all welcome, my beautiful and lovely ladies, and then the men later, because the world is now coming to the women. You are all welcome to this great occasion. We should glorify God for giving us the opportunity to be part of this program. It is long overdue. We know what has been happening to the country. Those we entrusted the country to have failed us. Several times we've seen that a lot of things have been happening. Farmers can no longer go to the farm. Children are out of school. There are strikes all over. Food security is zero. The country is no more united like it should be. We have been divided with a lot of things that makes it impossible for unity in this country. But with the birth of TNM, we should thank God that we have a good mobilizer. We have seen his antecedents when he was in Kano, when he was a minister, various offices that he held in Kano too. We have seen him at the federal level, how he coordinated the military. And during his time, there was no rancor like this. They respected him up to this moment because their dues are given to them. Whatever assignment he's been assigned, he does it diligently. He is committed. He has accountability. He is humble, humility, all the greatest qualities you are looking for in a leader. I think our engineer Kwankwaso has it. We are to mobilize ourselves now and work tirelessly. This is the front, a formidable front that will salvage this country. Democracy will be restored, and we are sure we have tested and trusted him. He has worked tirelessly. We can see how our children were trained abroad. A lot of things have gone up. I'm urging everybody here seated, our parents have supported him through the previous things that he has done, and up till this moment, he hasn't changed. There are some people who are in position of authority. When they get the position, you can't get there. Like the present administration we are having and other ones, there is no unity, only cartel. Few of them are running the country. They didn't allow anybody to give them good advice, and neither are they co-opting people who will restore the economy of this country. We are tired and sick of keeping fake promises and nothing is done. You can see our girls, they have thrown decency overboard because they want to feed themselves. There is no morality, nothing. Our moral value has been eroded. We need to wake up, sit up, and cooperate with this TNM. It's it will take us to the promised land. I'm appealing to everybody, please, let's work together, let's save democracy, and let's restore peace. Thank you.
This is a mother speaking very confidently and very short and simple. Let's give her, please, a round of applause, please. May I invite a legal luminary. He's an activist in all white to respect a former minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Barrister Solomon Dalong. 2 minutes, sir, as you step up to make your own submission, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Let me begin by saying that at gatherings like this, we must capture the mood of the nation. There is an ancestral saying in my village that when there is fire disaster, it only takes a patriotic person to raise alarm. And it also takes patriotic persons to respond to the alarm. That in the choice of liquid to quench the fire, everything is needed, including alcohol. Therefore, I found myself here this morning responding to the alarm raised by the former governor of Sokoto, Akano, a friend, a man whom I know very well, and his antecedent is before the public space. He has raised an alarm that the Nigerian nation deserves to be rescued. And I stand here, my face is notorious in mobilizing Nigerians between 2009 to 2015. I was the first official opposition to Jonathan's government because I started opposing the government on the day the constitution was violated and he was coronated an acting president. APC made me in opposition. But today we must begin by apologizing to Nigerians. We must sincerely apologize that we never promised Nigerians that by this time they will be buying rice at 35,000 per bag instead of 7,000 where we met them. As a Christian, while I was campaigning in Katsina and Zamfara and Sokoto, where the common people were donating money and helping me, they were even fueling my car. I never promised them that bandits were going to take over their land. I must apologize. We never promised Nigerians that they are going to find themselves so divided the way they are today. We never promised this country that dollar will move from 187 and catapulted to either 500 to 600 now or 1,000. I don't know because I don't have the dollar. It is our inability to live with the reality of our promises that as a Christian who has conscience, I must apologize to Nigerians. Because after this world, I will appear before God on the day of judgment. And one of the questions will be, Solomon Dalong, you went and mobilized Nigerians, and when they were killing people, bandits were raping women in the presence of their children and husbands, what did you say? And I cannot claim that because I love my party, APC, silence was dignifying. person who participated must apologize. We owe Nigerians an apology. Now, after we apologize, we look more sincere and honest than those who failed to apologize. And we can be trusted with powers in the future because we are honest people. Malam Aminu Kano ya fada cewa idan ka dafa wa mutum sani ya hau sama, salin nan da yana sama nan sai na tufa maka miyau a kai. Malam Aminu Kano ya ce kada ka yake ba. Wanga sanin da ka dauka ka bashi ya hau, sanin ne za ka dauke shi ka ajiye. In lokacin sauka ya yi, ko dunguru zai yi ne, ko salle zai yi, to dabaran shigari ja rage game shi. The national movement must be very honest. We must face Nigerians with honesty and tell them we are not angels, we are not prophets. And so we read people about what they say. That was why we made those commitments and drag you into this situation. And now that we know, we are willing to deliver and rescue you. And in doing this, justice must lead. So for me, I stand with anything that will unite this country. I stand with the Nigerian people. I will lay my life for my country. I will lay my life for my people. My political party is Nigeria. I'm committed to Nigerians. If there is any political party that does not see Nigerians as Nigerians, that party can be sacrificed for Nigeria. That's my personal opinion. I'm here again representing a friend, Prince Adewale Adebayo. He has written a very long letter which I will not want to go into wasting your time. I will only attempt to summarize it. He is also a young man who is looking at the State House. Indeed, he regretted not being here personally because he was invited as a chairman of a book launch that is ongoing. And he found me worthy of the trust of representation. He sincerely appreciated the effort of the convener, and he also appreciated his courage because, according to him, if his hands were not clean, he couldn't have attempted to call this type of gathering, because if he dared us, he will know where he will end. Saboda haka mutumin da hannun shi bai da manja ba zai sa farin riga. He sincerely wished this gathering the best of deliberation, but also caution that we need to mobilize Nigerians, we need to sensitize Nigerians, and we need to understand that we cannot take over power if the purpose of the movement is to take over power without unity of purpose. He thanked everybody for coming, and he wished Nigeria well. Kafin in zauna, Baba ya kasai da Arigwaska, kun yi abin da ya cancanta ku yi. Domin iyayenmu sun ce dan rago ba zai mutu da ciki a cikin igiya ba idan dattawa suna gida. Wannan wayan ne kun saukar da shi. Yan uwanku suna tunani ina za su samu kudi su sayi maganin ciwo na manya. Amma ka gan kun bar gidajen ku kun zo domin kuna kaunar Najeriya. Wannan zuwan da kuka yi da albarkan iyaye da magabata da waɗanda suka kafa wannan kalan suka bamu, Allah ya bamu iko ta haifi da mai ido. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.
To muna godiya, former minister, da ina da sarauta ko kuma ina da ƙasa, da na ba barista Solomon Dalon matsayi ko kuma sarautar dan masanin Hausa yadda naga yake karin magana kamar jakin Kano. Mutafa masa mana da Allah. At about time, I invite His Excellency, a former Deputy Governor in Adamawa State, MC Saad Tahir. Ronaldo statement equally. May I so invite Your Excellency to make your own submission for 2 minutes. Let's celebrate this honorable gentle personality as you step up, sir. Your Excellency, sir.
Well, I don't have much to say because all what I'm supposed to say already said it. But one thing that I want the Nigerians to know, we have no any option whatsoever because the two giant political parties we have, they are failed Nigerians. So the only option we have is the national movement. And we have no option anymore, any longer, than what my father said. Rabiu Musa Konkoso is the solution to the problem of this country. I wish us good luck. Thank you and God bless us.
Thank you. Very short and simple. Now calling upon a lady per excellence, former Senator, Senator Grace Ben, Ma'am, requesting your indulgence, a distinguished woman of substance, to step up and, of course, make her submission. Clap for her, ladies and gentlemen, as she moves to the podium for 2 minutes. As an elder statement, as a national leader.
Thank you very much. The national convener of this very august movement and our fathers, elders, Baba Yakutanda Yankasa, I welcome you, our elder from Nasarawa. Well, a lot have been said, and just like my elder brother, Malam Buba Galadima has said, I want to concur with all that the elders have said, and I want to charge us here that it is time for us to take the bulls by the horns and put our names in the correct side of history to rescue Nigeria and to save its citizenry. May God grant us all the wisdom to achieve that which we have put before us. And launching out today, we pray that the story will be different in 2023. In the mighty name of Jesus. I congratulate you all. God bless you.
Thank you. Calling a clergy on this angle, Bishop Isaac Ida Husa. Let's celebrate. He's coming. Let's clap for him, please. He's coming up.
The convener, Senator Engineer Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, former governor of Kano State and former minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, at the official launch of the national movement. I want to appreciate every one of you who have taken time to be here. There are a few things that caught my fancy from the paper he gave. And I want to reinstate this so it can stick to us very carefully. It reads, and I quote, "We were fully aware that the mind of the average politician in Nigeria was focused mainly about the next elections and how to win in those elections irrespective of the circumstances. A great number of those whose primary interest was about elections
we are contented with sitting down, accusing others of failure, passing the buck, and engaging in blame game. But for those of us who met and reviewed the state of the nation in the summer of last year, we had a different view. Now listen to this. For us, we see ourselves not just as politicians, even though we are. Rather, we saw ourselves as leaders. We saw ourselves as patriots. We saw ourselves as nationalists. We saw ourselves as Democrats. And we saw ourselves as major actors and factors in the evolution of future Nigeria. We were therefore convinced that there must be a Nigeria first before politics and democracy can be nurtured, and there must be Nigeria before people alive and living largely harmoniously with each other before elections can take place. I want to stop there to just say that we must spread the flame of what we have come here for until we find that the vision God has given to the convener comes to pass. We look forward to a better Nigeria where there is peace, unity, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, sir. From the youth and women angle, calling upon Dr. Ene Lillian Ogbole, please. 1 minute, please. Women and youth group, 1 minute.
Good afternoon, highly distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our royal fathers here present. My name is Ene Lillian Ogbole. I represent the voice of the voiceless, the voice of the young people across the length and breadth of our dear country. I consider it joy and a great privilege standing before you this afternoon. I'm lost for lack of where to start from. Sitting down there waiting for them to hand over this microphone to me to speak to you this afternoon. Countless number of questions have crossed my mind, ranging from how did we get here? What have we done to deserve this life we are living? What exactly is the problem? How can a country be so endowed and still the citizens are suffering to this point? Is it a cause that we always have bad leaders who do not represent the interests of the ordinary people? What is the problem? This is the question I want each and every one of us here this afternoon to go home with. But the good news is, for every problem, there is a solution. Yes, there are solutions to our problems. We still have people who have the interests of Nigeria at heart. We still have patriots. We still have unassuming personalities who will think of Nigeria first. We have people who are interested in the unity and progress of our dear country. I counted joy also to know that one of the reasons why we are gathered here this afternoon is because of the venture to save Nigeria, to rescue Nigeria from pending doom. And the good news is that we have a personality who has been tested and trusted, a man who has done the undoable, a man who has taken his state from obscurity to limelight today. Passing through Kano State a few months back, I saw all that our dear leader did there. Is it the free marriages? Young ladies in the house is also good news for all of us, because we know that our leader is a man who will not leave any stone unturned. He will walk through every thick and thin to ensure that our country is back. For the young people, This is our struggle. If TNM fails, it means we have failed. I am sure that we are all tired of the doom we are facing now. It is time to rewrite our history. This movement is historical, is timely, and it is what each and every one of us should sacrifice ourselves for to ensure that we bring back a government that is people-oriented, a government that will change our story, a government that will also care about the people of Nigeria. Thank you very much, and may God be with you all.
Still on youth and women groups, calling upon Solomon Itupa, please. 1 minute. Mr. Solomon, please. Mr. Solomon Itupa, are you there? 1 minute, please.
Your Excellency, the convener of the TNM, I am Comrade Solomon Itopa from Kogi State, the spokesman of the Youth Converge / the organizing secretary. I want to quickly draw our attention to just few things because most of our fathers and grandfathers here have said a lot. But I want us to look at something, that it is not who or where we are going to take the leadership that will take us to the country we all dream at. Let's not look at the zone, be it from the south, be it from the west, be it from the northeast, be it from the northwest. It is not the matter. What matters is who can take us to that point where Nigeria should be. Secondly, I just want to hit on the nail as a comrade. Secondly, I also want to tell us that this is not a game where you think you are helping the convener. We are all helping ourselves. Why did I say so? We are all buying from the same market. We are all buying from the same market. And whatever we bought in 5-6 years ago, we know what we are buying it now. So we are all helping ourselves, helping our unborn children, and helping the people. We are all families together. Hence, this brings me to tell us that you don't in any way say because 2023 is coming, it is a time where I'm going to make money for politicians. Because whatever you are given in the polling unit to vote, be it 5,000, calculate it for the next 4 years. That is the 5,000 you will be eating. On that ground, I want to tell us upon the youth. I hear people say it is the time of the North Central. I am from the North Central. I hear people say it is the time of the Southwest. We have people from the Southwest here. I hear people say it is the time of the Northeast. But I want to say something. Why should we be segmental? Why can't we be one Nigeria as we used to be? What is stopping that from what we used to be? Where a Northerner can easily eat with an Igbo person freely without having a doubt. I also want to tell the youth that here is a place where your voice can be heard. We are not in any era where you say, I will do. What did you do before? Put it on the table, let us know. His Excellency Senator Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, former governor of Kano State, a senator, former senator, Kano Central, has told so many things. It's over. We are not talking about politics here. It's over everywhere. We are all saying it. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, everyone here. I remember my humble self, Comrade Solomon Itopa.
Mr. Comrade, a youth activist speaking with that aura of exuberance and radicalism. Thank you very much. At about time, the distinguished guests, I announce your arrival. I did this announcement, please, more than once. I'm calling upon a scholar of the Concourse here, Linda O. Joseph. If you're so around, may I so invite you as you step up to make your own submission, please. 1 minute. Linda, are you there? Linda O. Joseph. If he's not close by, permit me as I call upon the next personality, Chief Ogo Douglas, please. Chief Ogo Douglas, where are you? You should make it snappy, please. Moving, oh no, don't rush. So that move as you come with a dignified swagger as you started it. Thank you.
Okay. Your Excellency, sir. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Standing on the existing protocol, on behalf of the Konkosia Scholar Assembly, under the leadership of Dr. Yusuf K. Kofar Mata, we remain loyal to the Konkosia and the Konkosia group. My name is Linda Ogechi Joseph. I'm from Anambra State, Anambra East Local Government, Ibariam Village, precisely. I am a beneficiary of the Konkosia Scholarship. I stand before you this very day to let you know that our president, our incoming president here, is not just for the indigenes of his state, or is not just for those from his state, it's also for those outside his state. I have friends also that benefited from same scholarship scheme. But as I talk to you right now, we have some other people that are not Kano State indigene that are benefiting from his postgraduate scholarship scheme also. So I urge the youth of Anambra State, Enugu State, Imo State, Southeast in general, to come out en masse and support Engineer Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, because he is the only one that will take us to the promised land. And I speak divinely that he is divinely selected for this position. I believe so much in God. And so many times I've seen it in revelations and in my dream that Kwankwaso is the only one that can take us to the promised land, that can rescue this country from the mess we are into. Because right now, as I tell you, I cannot even buy a bag of rice. But I know when he comes in, everything will be stabilized and good again. And we will all have the cause to glorify God and to smile again. Thank you. And I make a promise on this stage that today, I and my household will forever, surely, and definitely follow Kwankwaso for the rest of our lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma. She said it all. The engineer, doctor, is of course magnanimous and benevolent in all wise respect, not to only his people in Kano State, but to all Nigerians and even beyond. Thank you very much, sir, for the gesture, especially scholarship given to personalities. May I, ladies and gentlemen, announce the presence of the CEO of Sahara Energy, Mr. Tonya Cole, all the way from Port Harcourt. He's here. Sir, you're welcome. Also inviting Chief Ogbo Douglas, National Farmers Union, as you make your submission, please. Chief, thank you, please. Let's clap for him, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to actually appreciate the convener of this program, Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. I recommend that God will bless you. My name is Chief Ogbo Douglas, the president of All Farmers Progressive Association, the only organization in Nigeria that is propelling agriculture through proper mechanization. For if not, we can achieve nothing. It is a welcome development today to see this kind of movement in the country. We are at the receiving end, the Nigerian farmers. But I want to let you know that we have strategized, especially for 2023. From all angles, we are the one bearing the loss, dying in the field. We can no longer go to farm. It takes only a great man like our leader here today to see the vision of rescue Nigeria from this predicament. Before we came in, I think a bag of rice was just 7,000 naira. Today it is 30-something thousand. Where is our hope for this country? We are ready to fall behind anybody who have the vision to deliver this country. And we are ready to make sure that Nigerian farmers bring Nigeria out of this present predicament. I wish you well. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. May I invite to move the board of tongues and Vice Marshal Efe Meji. Let's celebrate this, sir. Clap for him, ladies and gentlemen. He's stepping up to the board of tongues.
The day has been well spent. I'm happy to be here and privileged to be the one to deliver the vote of thanks. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me stand on established protocol. I must sincerely start by thanking the Almighty God that made today possible. And I will also thank the convener of this important event. We know where we are in Nigeria today. For His Excellency, distinguished Senator Dr. Musa Rabiu Kwankwaso, to have the wisdom to convene this important event that is meant to save this country. Sir, we thank you. They say the sky is your limit, but the sky will be your starting point. I must also thank all the other people that worked tirelessly for months to assist in making this occasion possible. They work day and night to gather everybody from all parts of the country to believe in the aims and objectives of this association. We thank you sincerely. And we must thank all the invited guests that left their busy schedules, left everything that they are doing from all parts of the country to come and grace this important occasion. We thank you sincerely. Our appreciation further goes to all the members of the national movement from the 6 geopolitical zones. In all the 6 geopolitical zones, we have members, and we thank them for sparing time to be here with us. Also, our thanks will go to those in one way or the other that have contributed materially towards supporting the national movement. We cannot forget our youth. The youth, are you here? This is your movement. The future belongs to the youth. And you must support our leader, Dr. Engineer Musa Rabiu Kwankwaso, in this important objective of serving this country. And we must also thank the leadership of women in the National Association. They have been working behind the scenes to mobilize all women in the villages and towns. For us to move forward, we need all the women in the country, irrespective of their hierarchy. We thank the women leaders for all the energy you have put into this association. What of the Kwankwasia movement? We thank all of you. Also, the traditional rulers and chiefs that have silently been supporting this movement. You have our appreciation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let us not only hear the message, but let us carry this message beyond this hall. Take it to all the nooks and corners of this country to pass the 10 objectives of this movement. We have all been informed what constitutes the main objectives, which are narrated in 10 key objectives of the movement. Please carry it beyond this hall, down to the grassroots level, because that's the only way this country can be saved. Through the actions of people who are even at the grassroots. From the southwest, northwest, southeast, northeast, north central, south-south, save democracy, rescue the nation, rescue democracy, save the nation. This is the time to do this. No other time. We can never have any better time than democracy now. I must sincerely thank our elders that are here with us. They have talked to us and given us the direction we must follow to actualize the dreams of this objective. Our elders, we thank you sincerely. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I pray that the Almighty God will take us safely back to our various destinations. Thank you, and God bless all of us.
Thank you, sir. Before we take the next one, we have some announcement, please. First, those from the southeast, you are expected to converge at Hotel Interconnect, Gorimpa, for briefings, signed by Chief Dr. Abala Paul, Southeast leader. Equally, there is lunch to be served. If you are interested, lunch will be served at the foyer. Immediately you step out of the hall. There is, of course, lunch for you. Sir, I want to say, sir, for 1 minute on the lighter notes. Don Allah in za a bada abincin ranka daɗe, daidai girman mutum yawan abincin da za a bashi na gani za a yi adalci. Thank you very much, sir. May I now invite all of us to please be on our feet as we take the national prayer, please. Let's all rise up on our feet. The national prayer, and you say it after me. O God of creation, direct our noble cause. Guide our leaders right. Help our youth the truth to know. In love and honesty to grow. And live in just and true. Great lofty height attain. To build a nation where peace and justice reign. May we go for the national anthem. Up to count 3. 1, 2, 3. I rise from the throne, I live and follow.
that, we come to the end of the live coverage of the official launch of the national movement, a movement that is convened by former governor of Kano State, Engineer Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, and of course, lots of conversations around rescuing Nigeria being one of the major themes here. In fact, the tagline for the national movement is the national movement, save democracy, rescue the nation.